Welcome back. We hope you had a great lunch and you got a little bit of rest because we have an action-packed afternoon for you. Incredible speakers, incredible topics, think like a CEO, creating a culture of inclusion, and leading through courage. And to end our conference this afternoon, we're going to enjoy a private concert by Nelly's Echo. So we hope you'll all join us at 4:30 for that. Now, it's been a tradition over the last several years that in the afternoon, after lunch, we expand our tent, and that we include men who've been true advocates for women. This year, I want to introduce to you someone very special to me and someone very special to the WTCI family, my co-CEO, Eddie Resende. Eddie and I took the reins of the World Trade Center Institute last year, and we had big shoes to fill from our executive chair and former CEO, Deb Kelty. Eddie has been a terrific partner, he's been an amazing leader, and he's been a true champion of women. So please join me in welcoming Eddie to the conference, WTCI's guy, Eddie Resende.
Thank you so much, Susan, for that kind introduction. And greetings to all of you. I am thrilled and thankful to be here to celebrate the 14th edition of our Women Spanning the Globe Leadership Conference. What a terrific lineup of speakers we had this morning, addressing so many important and urgent causes. I feel so fortunate to be surrounded by so many inspiring and visionary leaders, including my good friend and partner, Susan Applin. Susan's impressive background, having started and led her own company and serving in executive roles for Williams-Sonoma, Gap, and Staples, has been a major contributor to the success of WTCI's programs and services. Her commitment to purpose, sustainability, and inclusion is evident in all she does. And I could not have asked for a better or more fun individual to co-lead this organization with. Together, Susan and I have made diversity and inclusion a key priority for the organization. As Susan mentioned earlier, nearly 40% of our board of directors are female executives. As for our team, it's 65%. Our program speakers and facilitators are more diverse than ever. We are stronger, more effective, and excited about where we're headed because of the incredible female leaders on our team and in the WTCI network. I want to take a few minutes to recognize three women who have taught and influenced me most in life. First, my mother. 25 years ago, my family migrated to the United States. My father had lost his job, and my mother, a seamstress, was barely making enough to support the family. Determined to give her three sons a better life, she left everything she had ever known behind to start a new chapter in the United States. We arrived in Baltimore with nothing more than our luggage, a few $100s, and the belief that if we stuck together and worked hard, we could achieve anything we set our minds to. My mother started a cleaning business and managed to get all of her three sons through college. She sacrificed everything to give us a better life. It took great courage. Secondly, my partner and best friend, Katie, who challenges me to see the world differently and makes me a better human being. Katie's life resume includes such diverse experiences as backpacking through South America, teaching high school Spanish in Baltimore County, going back to school to earn her master's and become an ER nurse in Baltimore City, providing medical care in Haiti after the earthquake, leaving nursing to starting her own wellness business, and more recently, traveling deep into the Guatemalan jungle to meet and work alongside cardamom growers who provide the raw materials for the essential oils with which she works. Every step of the way, and no matter how unconventional it sometimes seems, Katie has turned curiosity into courage, letting the things about which she cares most deeply lead the way. And finally, to an individual most of you know, my mentor and close friend of over a decade, WTCI's Executive Chairman, Deb Kelty. Deb has impacted the lives of so many individuals throughout her career, both at Procter & Gamble and WTCI. She believed in me, offered me more opportunities than I could ever have imagined, and gave me the tools and support I needed to get to where I am today. She has helped to shape WTCI into the icon it is today. Her ingenuity, integrity, and commitment to excellence continue to guide and inspire us, leaving a legacy that will live on for years to come. Susan and I look forward to working with all of you as we continue to empower globally minded leaders with new ideas and valuable connections. Your courage and curiosity are what makes the world a better place, and our WTCI community is so magical. Thank you for all that you do, and I look forward to spending the rest of the afternoon with you.
I'm honored to join you all today at this fabulous event to honor and celebrate women and women leaders across this region as organized by the World Trade Center Institute. Susan Applin asked me to speak briefly about the importance of women sitting at the table and how we can deal with the stresses of COVID-19, which all of us have to deal with. Talking about leadership and leaders, did you know that across the centuries, ages, and countries and cultures, there are only 3 common characteristics of all leaders? What are they? 1, a vision or a goal, something that is burning in your soul for you to want to share with the world. 2nd, the ability to work hard, really hard. Some of you may have heard this. It's important for a woman to dress like a woman, think like a man, and work like a dog. That's the kind of hard work we're talking about. And 3rd, the ability to look at every knock in life as a wonderful learning opportunity. Is it easy after a knock to be able to stand up, dust yourself off, pick yourself up, and start all over again? Of course not. COVID-19 has dealt a blow to all of us. Some more deeply than others, having lost immediate family members, whether it's parents or spouses or even children, unfortunately, and tragically. But every single one of us, not just in the United States, but across the globe, has been impacted with the effects of this pandemic that has touched all of us. So how do we look and take this, turn it on its head, and try to make lemonade out of lemons? How can we do that? What is it that about leaders that can get us out of the mindset that boo-hoo, why did this happen to us? Can we see the positive in it and actually benefit that this has been an incredible opportunity that will help us to become better in some ways? So do you see your life sometimes as overwhelming, something that you absolutely cannot control? Is it so overpowering that you feel that you're a pawn instead of being the person playing the chessboard? Sometimes seeing the problems of others can give a perspective on our own lives and how fortunate and blessed we are in so many ways that we may sometimes take for granted. Sometimes when you're from outside, you have a greater appreciation for the incredible and incredibly wonderful things that exist in the United States of America. Kind, caring nation, the richest country on earth, so many good things going for us. Of course, we have our share of problems, no doubt about it, but other countries have it even worse in other areas and in many, many areas. So what is your mindset? How do you approach a problem? When you talk with your boss or with your co-workers and colleagues, how do you think of yourself? Do you visualize and truly deeply think of yourself as the master conductor in the orchestra and not just playing second fiddle? Do you look at yourself as this leader that is deserving of the C-level position, whether as the CEO or other C-level executive in whatever the size of the organization? Do you see yourself as powerful, of deserving a seat at the table? It's also been said that if you're not at the table, then you're on the menu. So we all need to be at the table and believe that we have something to contribute in deep and meaningful ways to enrich the organization and enrich ourselves and our families. Do you think of yourself of deserving abundance and richness in your life? Everything starts here. What we tell ourselves in our minds become absolutely critical in how we think. You've heard the phrase, And the sentence is, be careful of your feelings because they become your thoughts. Be careful of your thoughts because they become your words. Be careful of your words because they become your actions. Be careful of your actions because they become your habits. Be careful of your habits because they become your character. And be careful of your character because that becomes our destiny. So when we know that, can we really work on our mind to get ourselves to look at everything around us in a different way, just spin it on its head, look at it with a determination that we are not just going to overcome this challenge, but we're actually going to use this challenge in a way to turn lemons into lemonade. So sometimes I've been told that if I ever see myself with the 3 strikes against me, 1 as a woman, 2 as an immigrant, 3rd as a minority. But in fact, I have tried by practicing and thinking about it to turn that around and think of those as my 3 biggest attributes that have helped me to succeed and really look at them in a positive light. So, are you doing the same with yourself? Whether you're tall or short, blue-eyed or brown-eyed, dark-haired or light-haired, whatever you are born with, do you look at it that you are perfect just the way you've been created? Do you truly believe that? And if not, can you convince yourself and work on it in some incredible way? You know, I love sharing this story about the baby elephant. They tether it with that tiny little chain, and when it's a baby, it kicks and screams and tries really hard to try to break out of that chain, but it can't. And then when it becomes the largest mammal on earth, guess what? It doesn't even try. Why? Because it thinks, what's the point? How many of us live our lives with those limiting thoughts and ideas and feelings and have never completely blossomed to the full extent of our potential? I think all of us are sometimes guilty of it, but knowing about it, thinking about it, working on it makes a world of difference. Another very important point that can keep you grounded and turn lemons into lemonade is the attitude of gratitude. Always, whatever happens, have a sense of gratitude. It's actually been said that if you think of what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. But if you think of all of the abundance and wonderful things that you are enjoying in our lives, then we will get more and more. It's some sort of almost a cosmic law of attraction. Talking about the cosmic law of attraction, I often say that we are not just human beings going through the spiritual experience, but we're spiritual beings that are going through the human experience. You know, about 20 years ago when there was a major breakthrough in the study of DNA and science, did you know how much of the DNA we share with a banana? About 20%. And of a rat, 80%. Of certain species of monkeys, 98%. If we are that close to other living creatures on our own planet, how much closer must we be to each other as fellow human beings sharing this earth as if it is our own brothers and sisters on this planet? So let's use whatever we have in our lives to share with others, to mentor others, to help others. We often talk about sharing the 3 T's, your talent, your treasure, and your time, to uplift and help others. And in doing so, not only do we help the other person, we actually help ourselves and find ourselves and our spirit. I know I could go on because there's just so much out there, but I hope that you will use some of these ideas that I'm sharing to look at your life as having meaning and purpose. Do you look at that every morning before you go to work, every day before you start working in this COVID-19 environment, even if it's at your home? Do you look as if that what I'm doing is impacting other people in a big global way? I've often shared the story of the 3 bricklayers. The lady asked the first one, who says, well, lady, can't you see? I'm just paving bricks. The second person says, I do whatever my foreman tells me to do. And the third person says with sparkle in his eyes, why, lady, can't you see? I'm helping to build the greatest cathedral that was ever built, and I will help millions of people across centuries to have their prayers answered. All 3 were doing the exact same job, but one of them connected with it at a much deeper level. So can you find in your life meaning and purpose? Can you shine the light in your life and shine it for others along life's journey? Can you be unlike the baby elephant and break out of those chains that we constrain on ourselves? Can you think with an attitude of gratitude of the abundance that we're enjoying in our lives and how it's an opportunity to share with others? I certainly hope that I have been able to share some tips and tricks so that you can look at how you look at yourself, your life, and whatever obstacles come in your life. Turn them from negative into positive and go forth and break out to live life to your full potential. Thank you for the opportunity to share some ideas. I look forward to seeing the new revolutionized you in your own life. Give yourself permission and you will change your destiny. Thank you.